apparently there's a device that they've been getting called the Vanguard, and it's a $6,000 device from my understanding, and it is used by a lot of cheaters to bypass the anti-cheat. And so there's a lot that has to do with the fact that this new anti-cheat or something in their anti-cheat system was bricking the firmware. I guess it's fixable, but when this report originally came out, people were thinking, oh, this is bricking people's computers. That's not okay. But that's not the case. It's bricking these things, which I guess is repairable. So let me read. That's kind of the original report, right? Yeah, because they even say there's been a wave of claims by cheaters about Vanguard bricking their PCs. So let's clear that up. Vanguard does not damage hardware or disable your devices. So let me see their full statement here, and then we're going to kind of dig into this. So, and if you don't know who Riot Games is, they're the ones who created League of Legends. I'm not a big fan of that game myself, but it's a very popular game. So it says, so they have kind of a Q&A here. It says, does Vanguard physically damage hardware? They say no. Does this impact hardware or software in any ways unrelated to Riot's games? No. The IOMMU security protection does not impact hardware. It would only impact the ability of players using DMA cheat devices to play our games. So essentially what I'm getting from this is people are using this $6,000 device. I don't understand why you're spending that kind of money to cheat in a game personally, but apparently it's bricking these devices. Now, if let's say you're a cheater, right? And you're using something to go in and bypass that and playing the game and ruining for everyone else. But let's say that because this company, the game company, put something in place and it completely ruined the hardware in your computer. I feel like at that point, regardless of the fact, that company owes you a new computer, plain and simple. Like, just because someone's cheating in a game doesn't mean their computer needs to be fried. However, these devices that they're using are for the most part specifically designed for getting around this, and they're paying a lot more money for these things. If you are someone who buys a device like this with the intent of using it to cheat because that's what it's designed for, and they put something in place and it fried that system or corrupted your firmware, I do not have any sympathy for you whatsoever. None. Get out of here. Because at the end of the day, you chose to stupidly spend the money for a device for using it for that particular purpose. And the reason I have a different stance when it comes to the computer itself and maybe say one of these devices is because people use their computers for all sorts of things, right? Not just gaming. You know, we live in it right now. We live in this digital age where a computer is almost as important to have as a car. There's a lot of stuff you can't do. Yeah, I know people mostly use their phones. I don't understand how someone could use just their phone to do this stuff all the time. I have to have a computer. But if you're spending $6,000 on a device just to cheat in a video game, I don't have any sympathy for you if it breaks. Sorry, don't care. But let's continue. Are normal players affected? Players not using DMA cheat hardware are unaffected, obviously. That should be the case. Why target DMA cheats? DMA-based cheats are among the most sophisticated forms of cheating because they attempt to bypass traditional software detection by accessing memory directly through external hardware. So I want to kind of also point something out too that kind of just made me think of this. The key thing is when it comes to like these anti-cheat software and everything, it has been known to affect the performance of your games. Now, I don't know why they put this crap in single-player games. That doesn't make sense to me at all, but they do. I think de novo is another one of those things that they use. Like in a single-player game, I don't get, right? But in a competitive game, I can understand it. And it does kind of tank the performance a little bit. So if you really want to get mad at people, like if you want to get mad at, you know, games not having the performance they should because of this kind of software, look at cheaters, because they're the ones that kind of created a demand for this sort of thing. If I'm loading up Halo, I don't play Halo anymore. I think it went downhill. But let's just say like back in the day when Halo was good, you know, I loaded that up and I went online and I wanted to play a couple of matches, I would want my experience to be fun and fair, right? I think everyone would agree with that if you're a true gamer. Because if you have to cheat in a video game to win, you're not a real gamer. Sorry, but sorry, not sorry, you're not, right? But anyway, I don't want my experience ruined by someone who decided, oh, I'm invincible now, or I've got auto aiming, so I can lock onto you. Like that's now if it's a single player game and you want to jump higher, like let's say you're playing GTA and you just want to do all kinds of crazy fun stuff, have at it. Have at it. Who cares? You're not hurting anyone in that particular instance.